Welcome to the An English Coffee Office. Today is Wednesday, February 11, and like every morning, David and Alex are at the coffee machine.
Morning, Alex. Please tell me there is actually some coffee left in that machine.
Barely, David. It is pretty much just the sludge at the bottom of the pot.
I will take my chances. I need the fuel to survive the 10 o'clock budget meeting.
That sounds ominous. Is the client giving you a hard time again?
You have no idea. They want to renegotiate the contract for the third time this month.
Well, at least the machine is working today. That is a small victory.
True. Hey, speaking of tech working or not working, did you see the Wall Street Journal yesterday?
I skimmed it. Are you talking about the FDA approval for the R contact lenses?
Exactly. The Iris Pro from the Apple and Mojo Vision partnership.
I saw the headline. It sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi novel.
It is incredible. They say the battery lasts 16 hours on a single charge.
That is impressive for something sitting directly on your eyeball.
Right? And it displays maps, messages, and health vitals right in your field of vision.
I admit the navigation feature sounds useful for driving.
Forget driving, Alex. Imagine using it for sales pitches.
How so? You want to read your script while looking the client in the eye.
100%. Or having their LinkedIn profile float above their head while we shake hands.
That feels a bit dystopian, do you not think?
I call it a competitive advantage. No more forgetting names.
Until the software glitches, and you call the CEO by his assistant's name.
Okay, fair point. But the article said they are priced at $1,500.
That is steep for a first-generation product.
Maybe, but for early adopters, it is a steal.
I am more concerned about the privacy implications mentioned in the article.
You mean the camera recording everything you see?
Exactly. The article mentioned they had to implement a visual indicator for when it is recording.
Yeah, a tiny red glow. Like that is going to stop people from being creepy.
It adds a whole new layer of cognitive load to social interactions.
You are always so analytical. I just want to feel like Iron Man.
I just prefer my reality without pop-up ads. Thank you very much.
To each their own. But speaking of massive infrastructure, did you catch the Washington Post piece this morning?
The one about the Pan-African water grid?
That is the one. A $500 billion deal signed in Nairobi.
Yes, I actually read that one thoroughly. It is a fascinating development.
12 nations signing on for a unified water distribution network is huge.
It is historic. The World Bank backing it really solidifies the project's viability.
I was looking at the economics of it. They project a 4% GDP boost for the region.
It makes sense. Stabilizing agriculture in those zones changes everything.
From a sales perspective, the logistics contracts alone must be worth billions.
Always following the money? Aren't you, David?
Hey, someone has to sell the pipes and the pumps.
I am more interested in the engineering feat. Connecting water resources across that kind of terrain is complex.
The article mentioned it will take 10 years to fully complete.
True, but the first phase goes online in 2028.
That is fast. It shows how desperate the need for stability is.
It is a great example of how resource management drives geopolitics.
And it is nice to read some good news about international cooperation for once.
Agreed. It is a refreshing change from the usual trade war headlines.
Although, I bet the construction delays will be a nightmare.
Probably. But the long-term payoff for those 12 countries is undeniable.
Speaking of long-term payoffs, did you see the USA Today article from Sunday?
The one about the education system?
Yes, the 4-day school week goes national.
I did. The Department of Education is finally recommending it nationwide.
I almost choked on my toast when I read it.
Why? I think it is a progressive move.
Alex, I have 2 kids. A 4-day school week means they are home on Fridays.
But the article explains it is meant to align with the 4-day workweek shift.
Yeah, for people like you who are organized, for me, it is chaos.
The pilot programs in California and Texas showed a 20% drop in student burnout.
What about parent burnout? That is the real metric.
Come on, the data showed test scores went up by 8%.
I know. The educational benefits are there.
And it saves the districts millions in operational costs.
That is the part the government likes, obviously.
It is about synchronizing society. If we work 4 days, kids should study 4 days.
I guess. But now I have to find activities for them every Friday.
It is an opportunity to spend quality time with them.
Or an opportunity for them to wreck the house while I try to close deals.
You could always buy them those R contact lenses to keep them occupied.
Ha! Nice callback. But no, I am not spending $3,000 on toys.
It is interesting how all these news stories connect, though.
How so? You have a theory?
Well, we have technology merging with biology, infrastructure merging across borders, and schedules merging with well-being.
That is deep, Alex. Too deep for 9 a.m.
It is just an observation. The world is becoming more integrated.
And more expensive. Do not forget that part.
Cynic, it is about efficiency.
Efficiency is great. Until you are the one stuck in traffic on a Friday with kids in the car.
Well, the article did say the implementation starts next semester?
So I have about 5 months to mentally prepare.
You will be fine. You are a master of adaptation.
Flattery will not get you out of buying the next round of coffee.
I think the machine is actually empty now anyway.
Tragic. Absolutely tragic.
We should probably head back to our desks before the boss notices.
You are right. I have that budget meeting to prepare for.
Good luck with the contract renegotiation.
Thanks. I might need to borrow your calm, analytical brain for it.
My hourly rate is very high, David.
I will pay you in coffee once they refill the machine.
Deal, let's go.
Time to get to work. Don't forget to subscribe and practice your English every day. You'll see how it just keeps getting better and better. See you tomorrow. Hope you have a fantastic day.